Hello, dear ones. Father Peter John coming to you from All Saints Orthodox Church in Bloomington, Indiana. Christ is in our midst. Today I'm talking about Saint Nikolai Velimirovich, numbered among the saints of America. He was born in 1881 in Serbia, raised there by his Serbian parents. His mother was very pious and had a great influence on his spiritual life. As a child, he was rather sickly, although at times he would walk 3 miles with his mother to a local monastery to pray, participate in the divine services there. As he grew up, he did well in his studies and went on through college and ultimately to seminary. And at the age of 29, he had an experience where he was very, very ill. He told God, "If you will heal me, I will spend the rest of my life devoted to serving your church as a priest." Well, he recovered, thank God, because we soon after had our own Father Nikolai Velimirovich. During World War I, at the beginning of World War I, he was sent as an ambassador of sorts, first to England and then to the United States of America. He did a lot of speaking here. He was very, very eloquent of speech. And he communicated with people very well in simple terms that they could understand. He returned to Serbia in 1919 and was consecrated bishop. He, as bishop, spent a lot of time helping those who had been so damaged by the war. Specifically, he spent time building orphanages and reconstructing, restoring monasteries, and really trying to help to give the people of Serbia an appreciation for the care of their spiritual life. It was kind of a spiritual reawakening in Serbia at that time under St. Nikolai's guidance. During the 20 years that followed, he spent time traveling. He traveled again to the United States for another 2 years. He was invited and gave an incredible number. I think it was 100 talks within a 6-month period. And during that time, he was raising funds to send back to the orphanages in Serbia. Well, when World War II came along, he was a staunch critic of the communists, so that got him put under house arrest in a monastery until eventually he was sent to the Dachau prison camp, where it was supposed that he would die. The Dachau camp was liberated during Holy Week and during in 1945, and St. Nikolai survived. When he did leave the prison camp, rather than going back to his homeland, he went to America, where he served working both at St. Sava Seminary in Libertyville, Illinois, and then as the dean and rector of St. Tikhon Seminary in South Canaan, Pennsylvania. On March 17th, he served his final liturgy there at St. Tikhon's. Afterwards, he gave a short talk. Then he asked everyone present to forgive him, which we were told is something that he didn't typically do publicly. He didn't ask forgiveness publicly like that. But he did this time. Well, the next day, someone went to his cell, his room, and found him kneeling in prayer, having breathed his last on March 18th. St. Nikolai leaves a great legacy of writings. He wrote beautiful hymns, poetry, theological works. He wrote a book about Christianity and war, which is actually just recently translated into English. He leaves a legacy as a man who suffered terribly in the Dachau prison camp, who was shuffled about here and there by the wars, who traveled as an emissary and as an evangelist, both to America, to England, and to various parts on the globe. He is truly a saint's saint, a theologian's theologian, a Christian giant, and we are honored to call him a saint of North America. St. Nikolai, pray unto God for us. Christ is in our midst. He is and ever shall be.